year ago, making an animated commercial would have required a studio, illustrators, animators, a voice actor, and a massive budget. Today, people are creating the wildest concepts with AI, and for the first time, it's starting to actually look pretty good and not like AI slop. So I had an idea. Last week, I went to the dollar store, picked a random product and said, let's turn this product into a high budget animated ad I could realistically charge premium money for. And today, I'm going to show you the exact system I use so you can do this for your own brand, your clients, or literally any idea that you want. The product that we chose was this nostalgic bubble bath soap. This was actually perfect because it already had a little animated mascot on the label, which means we already had our main character and our subject for our ad. And you could also do this basically in any art style. I then cropped that image and uploaded it to Google's NanoBanana, where we can simply prompt it to extract that mascot image so we can create a character sheet, and then we build our scenes after. We got our character ready, but before we start building out our scenes, we need an actual concept. And this is where you can use something like ChatGPT or any large language model to be your creative assistant. So I just went into ChatGPT and then prompted it. This is an animated ad for Dr. Babello's bubble bath. It should be 15 to 20 seconds long, for kids, and feel nostalgic. Give me 3 different ad concepts. We got some really good concepts right off the gate. Our character is a scientist who invents magical bubbles, and those bubbles transport kids into this floating, colorful, cloud-like world. I think that works good for an animated ad, so now it's time to start generating our scenes. I took our mascot from our character sheet, dropped it into NanoBanana, and then started placing her into our environments that match the story. A warm, playful lab as our establishing shot, the magical bubble world, and we just kept refining within our chat, making changes that we needed until we got all of our scenes. Okay, we got our 6 scenes, and now it was time to build out our visual script with the voiceover narrative. We just opened a Google Doc, and with the help of ChatGPT, we got something that was pretty good and could work really well for this children's commercial while staying close to our creative brief. We'll come back to this doc later once we start generating the voice with 11 labs. But now it's time to turn those images into our video scenes. Now, there's a bunch of AI video gen tools out there, and it could be a little bit overwhelming when you're first getting started, especially since this stuff is constantly evolving and always changing. But to make things easier, just know that currently Veo, which is Google's video gen tool, is currently leading the charge when it comes to quality, and Kling is also a good, cheaper alternative. This will all be depending on your budget, but just remember that it's nothing compared to the massive budgets creative studios used to charge. Also, every tool has a different user interface, so I would suggest sticking to one, get comfortable with it, and as you gain more experience directing and prompting with AI, you can experiment more with other tools. You just direct how you want the scene to be executed, and this is where you start thinking like an AI director. You could also use ChatGPT to help you write out these prompts just to make the process a little bit easier. I like using Kling's start to end frame for transitions, and it gives us more control of how we want that scene to be executed. Now that we got all of our videos, we save them into a folder because remember guys, organization is key. It was time to start generating the voiceover with 11 labs. Then we just do some subtle editing with either Adobe Premiere or CapCut, just depending on what video software that you guys use. And this was our final output.
Every bubble starts with a tiny idea, and sometimes that idea becomes something amazing. Splash through clouds, ride the bubbles, and let your imagination float with Dr. Babello's bubble bath, where bath time becomes your favorite adventure. Bring home the magic, try it today.
Alright guys, that's our video, and it's crazy how back then this would have taken a studio, a full creative team, weeks of production, and a massive budget. Now, with an idea, some creative direction, you can charge clients a premium price to create something that is pretty awesome. So if you're a creator, marketer, or business owner that wants to stay ahead of where all this is going, subscribe to my channel, and my goal is just to give you guys more breakdowns, real workflows, and more systems that you can actually use for your brand or for your clients. I put everything I'm learning into a free guide called the Future Creator Blueprint, and it's pretty much all the systems, the tools, and thinking behind work like this. You can grab it by subscribing to my newsletter down below, and if you're serious about building in the next era of creative, I would suggest you guys start there. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.